for tuning in to Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. I'm your host, Poonam Kumar. On today's show, we'll bring you up to speed on the latest. Will Becker will talk to us about the Salt Lake City Green Bike program. We've had an exciting couple of weeks in the city. On March 1st, Salt Lake City, in coordination with UTA, launched the new HIVE Pass.
We are all looking for ways we can improve air quality. We're all looking for ways we can save money. This does both. For every resident of Salt Lake City, we have available a pass that is a 2/3 discount from the regular annual pass. It has to be an annual pass purchase. And where people are lining up, as you can see, to sign up for the pass, we're hoping thousands and thousands of Salt Lake City residents will take advantage of this offer. Will use transit, will improve air quality, save themselves some money, and improve our quality of life. You know, obviously the people who are able to purchase passes in Salt Lake City are going to benefit very directly in their pocketbooks. But we are all going to benefit by having people use transit more. The more cars we get off the road, we know, as the largest source of air pollution and our vehicle emissions. So if we can reduce vehicular emissions by having people be able to use transit more, and by having this pass available, we are making it easier and more affordable for people to use transit. So this is one step, certainly in moving forward. There's legislation on the Hill that can also make an enormous difference.
February was African American History Month. The city celebrated with a screening and panel discussion of the film An Ordinary Hero. The event featured special guest speaker Joan Trumpauer Mulholland, an active participant in the civil rights movement. The event also highlighted local civil rights activists. Mayor Becker proclaimed February 28th as Joan Trumpauer Mulholland Day in Salt Lake City, honoring Ms. Mulholland for taking a stand for equality, human rights, and social justice. As part of an ongoing effort to promote civic engagement and empowering citizens, Salt Lake City, in partnership with the Sorensen Unity Center, hosted a community conversation with Mayor Becker, local leaders, and residents. The focus was education and how the city is working with the Salt Lake City School District to provide comprehensive support for kids from pre-K to college.
But the real conversation that we're trying to get going is to really think about how do we pool our efforts in terms of the way we set goals and the way we use our resources and the way people are working to really get many different sectors of the community and many different people working towards supporting education for children everywhere from early childhood education to a career.
And that means that we need, as a city government, to provide support for the separately elected school board and separate administration in the schools, and figure out collectively as a community how we wrap around the work that's done in our schools to provide greater support and give greater opportunity for success for every child in our community. And that's what the promise of education is.
Perhaps our biggest news last month was the exciting announcement from Google Fiber.
Today, Google Fiber will announce its interest in expanding to 9 metro areas across the United States, and I'm thrilled to announce that Salt Lake City is on that list.
What we're announcing today is the beginning of a program to assess bringing Google Fiber to Salt Lake City. This is a little different than what we've done in the past. What this involves and what we're kicking off today in 9 metro areas in the United States is a joint planning process by which, over the next 6 to 9 months, we'll be working really closely with cities to look at joint planning and determining whether we can bring Google Fiber to those cities.
The 21st century is the information age that we're in. And to be able to compete in an internationally competitive environment, we have to be able to have the fastest speeds, the best internet and web service that we can as a city and as a metropolitan area and as a state to be able to compete against others around the world.
It's spring, which means the tulips are coming up and budget season is underway. To help you understand how the budget process in Salt Lake City works, the team at SLC TV put together an award-winning video clip to help you figure it out.
time of the year again. Budget season in Salt Lake City. By state law, the city government has to pass a balanced budget before the beginning of the new fiscal year on the first day of July. The budget isn't just a packet full of numbers. It's a document that reflects the goals and ideals of the city, and you have a say in what those goals are. Around May of every year, the City Council begins public hearings on the budget. That's where you'll be able to have your say. Whether you think we should spend more on a certain road or a specific project that needs more attention, this is your chance to say so. But by the time you're commenting, the budget has already gone through a rigorous process. You see, the framework for the budget began months ago. Since the city is divided into different departments, the head of each department puts together a list of their priorities to keep the city running smoothly, reporting their needs to the mayor. Meeting with each department head in turn, the mayor outlines priorities and comes up with ways to implement his goals in the confines of their budget. Once the mayor decides that his goals are properly represented, he'll forward the whole budget to the city council, who has the final say. The council is able to make any changes it sees fit to ensure the city continues operating to the standard of service we've all come to expect and reflect its own priorities in the budget. Now that the council has your input on budget priorities, they can make better decisions about the final budget before passing it. Once it's passed, Salt Lake City carries on, functioning like the first-rate municipality it is, and serving you more fully and efficiently than ever before.
Bicycle transportation has been a major focus over the last 5 years. Salt Lake City has doubled the bike lanes and pathways through the town. We were even awarded silver status as a bike-friendly community from the League of American Bicyclists. One of the most successful new programs to increase bikeability of Salt Lake City is our Green Bike program. Will Becker, project manager, is here to tell us more. Hey Will, thank you so much for being on our show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, awesome. So tell me a little bit about, for those that don't know, what is the Green Bike program?
So Green Bike is Salt Lake City's bike share program. Essentially, the way it works is you can buy a membership, use the bikes as much as you want, take them from point A to point B. Generally, bikes trips run about 30 minutes, and you can do that as much as you want.
Great. Now, how long has this program been going for?
So this is our second year operating. Last year was a fantastic year. I think exceeded all of our expectations, surpassed all the goals that Green Bike set for itself, and so we're really looking forward to a great season.
Do you have to be like a resident to participate in the Green Bike program?
You don't. In fact, I think, this is a great opportunity for people visiting Salt Lake to get around downtown. You don't need to be a resident. You can buy a day pass, or you can buy a week or annual pass if you do live here.
Great. Well, and now, so the question is, so what's the cost?
So for a day pass, it's $5. You can have unlimited 30-minute rides. If you need it for a little bit longer than that, it's no problem. You can pay a small fee, and you can keep it out longer. I think for this year, what we're looking at doing, which should be really cool, is having annual pass holders be allowed to take it out for a full 90 minutes at a time.
Wow, 90 minutes. So I remember last year, you could get like a iBike SLC cool green helmet. Do you guys still offer those for annual membership?
Yeah, one of the great perks of being an annual member is that you get the iBike SLC helmet.
Yes,
I think that helmet retails for about $60 and annual pass is $75, so it's a fantastic value.
Well, that's great, and it's also a great gift because you can purchase a pass for a friend or a family member too, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
It's a fantastic gift.
No, that's great. So now tell me, there's how many stations in the city right now?
Last year we had 11 stations. This year we're looking to expand to 19 stations and hopefully expand at least 6 of our stations to make them larger, be able to fit more bikes.
Oh, fantastic. When are they back in season?
We should be launching in April, and our season right now runs from April through December.
Fantastic. So just right around the corner. That's
Absolutely.
exciting. if you want to sign up for the Green Bike, where do you go?
You can get online. You can, if you would like to purchase an annual pass, you can do it on our website.
Okay.
You can obviously go to one of our stations when we launch and purchase your day pass there too.
Awesome. Well, Will, I'm really excited for the spring and to get on the Green Bikes. Thank you so much for being on our show today.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Thanks. To learn more about a zero hassle, zero emissions way to get around town and to meet transportation, health, and environmental needs of our community, visit Salt Lake City's Bike Share program at greenbikeslc.org. Time now to review upcoming events and meetings in the city. Making your voice heard is an important component of local government, and all of these meetings are open to the public. If you have any questions about things going on in the city or about any meetings, you can visit slcgov.com for more information or feel free to call the mayor's office at 801-535-7704. If coming to a meeting or making a phone call isn't your preference, you can always send in an email to the mayor's office or to your council representative at the email addresses listed on the screen. And now it's time for our History Minute.
For our History Minute, we go to Sugar House Park, which was the original site of the Territorial Prison. Back in 1853, plans were drawn up for a territorial penitentiary, and 16 cells were dug into the ground, covered over by iron bars. Through the rest of the 1800s, the prison was expanded by the federal marshals assigned to Utah until control was turned over to the state in 1896. The Sugar House State Pen operated for more than 30 years without complaint, as the site of numerous executions by firing squad, including that of labor icon Joe Hill. It was also used to house polygamists and other ne'er-do-wells. In the 1930s, the growing neighborhood of residents wanted the penitentiary less and less, so a new site for the state prison was sought after. The point of the mountain in Draper was chosen, and finally, on March 12, 1951, all 575 inmates of the Sugar House Prison were bused to Draper. Today, the site of the old penitentiary is divided amongst Highland High School and Sugar House Park, which is one of the most popular recreation areas in Salt Lake City.
That's it for this edition of Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. Be sure to tune in next time to keep up to date on what's happening in the city. For Salt Lake City TV, I'm Poonam Kumar.